welcome back. How was your summer? And how does it feel to be back on the first day of pre-season?
Yeah, it's gone so quick, hasn't it? It only seemed like yesterday we had the unfortunate game against Corinthians, but yeah, summer's been usual, just on the phone, talking to players, etc. No different. We've been pretty active, I think, from our point of view, with 5 new additions. And yeah, the squad's looking really strong at the moment, so more than happy.
You said the 5 new additions there. What do you hope they bring in and to this team this year, and what does it take to go to the next level as such as to be champions?
I think they're going to bring experience. A few of them have played for me before, so obviously the system I play they'll be used to. We've got obviously new impetus up front with Johan Tash coming in. We've got Fran that's versatile, Henry that's versatile as well. And obviously with Connor calling it a day, then obviously Callum was a shoo-in. So from our point of view, there was never going to be a drastic change because of what happened last year. The end of last season, we've sort of brought in a brand new defence nigh on. The gloves has been addressed. The only thing we didn't touch was the midfield. And this year again, it's very similar with obviously a couple of additions. So overall, not too much turmoil, but the overall thing this year is to get our work rate up and obviously be more organised. And like you say, that's probably the little fine margins between that little bit of difference that we missed last year.
How important was it as well to keep players like Sam Hassler, like Stefan Payne on the books here at this club as well? Because there was obviously lots of clubs sniffing around them, but how important is it that they've committed to this season?
Yeah, listen, it's not just them too. I'm sure I know a lot of the lads have had their phones going, so it's a bit like when me and Obes come here. Until you come here, you know you've heard what's going on, but you don't realise what's going on. A lot of these boys have come to buy into the journey that we're hoping to start this year with the first full pre-season behind us. And all the new signings have obviously seen the vision and they bought into that as well, and they'll be a massive part of it. So keeping the nucleus of the squad, the majority of them were happy last year anyway, but you never know in football. Sometimes that deal might come along. I mean, they can all play levels higher, we know that, but I think we've got a good mix now of like some very fit players and experience.
Yeah, like you said, it's important to keep players like Billy Bennett as well and some of the other boys that have stayed and committed. Moving forward, is there any more talking with any other players going on? Is that always going on in the background, or are you very settled with what you have now?
I'm settled with what I have got, but obviously in non-league and in the pre-season, a lot of things fall out of trees, and if something comes out that is beneficial to us, then we'll act on it. The chairman's been very supportive as per normal in everything, so if something does come up, we'll sit down and have a chat and see if we can get it over the line. But at the moment, I've got a 17-man squad. There may be one more, I don't know, but at the moment I'm more than happy with what I've got, again because of the versatility within that squad with a lot of players that can play in lots of different positions.
League's changed, some have gone up, some have gone down, and teams come into it. How do you look at the league this season now? Is it more of we just need to get on a good run of games, or do the other teams throw the spanners in the works?
Listen, the one thing that's not going to change is that everyone's going to want to beat Faversham. So, like I just said to the boys in there, we didn't go into too much detail, but I just said the one thing that you're going to have to put up with is that when you win a game of football, you don't expect any plaudits, because you're going to be expected to win every game. But when you lose a game, it's going to be like a fanfare. And every club, every football team will go through a little bit of the season where perhaps you do have a little bit of misform. And like I said, the most important thing is not to overreact to that, because as long as the good times outweigh the bad, the end result is to get out of this league. And during the season, we're going to get a little patch where perhaps we haven't played well, but the reaction there, that's where you need everyone to stick together and show that you're a club, because it's easy supporting a team and playing in a team that when it's going well. It's when it's not going well. That's when you need the fans, and that's when you need them boys to stick together.
Lastly, there's been lots of improvements in the summer over the pitch here. I know we've got the darts has been improved in there, and also as well loads of youth teams coming through, the formation of our first women's team. How good is it for you as a manager as well to see the club flourishing, as well as you're getting the players in that you want, but the club flourishing as well?
That's the main draw of coming down here. Everyone knew what was going on here, but until you actually come in and see the work that's been put in off the pitch, it's vital that we match it on the pitch, because off the pitch you can't ask for anything else. We've got the building going above the changing rooms here. Like I said, we've got the women's team. The youth structure's become a really big part of the football club now. So everything is going in the right direction. So the bit we've got to do is on there, get this in the right direction and try and get out of this league this year, which, like I said, I'm not turning here and going, listen, it's going to be a shoe-in year. It's a very, very hard league to get out of, whether you're playing bottom, middle, top. We've just got to make sure that we're right, and that's the signal that we're sending out to the boys. Everything we're going to do, we're going to leave on the pitch. But we know we're not silly. That the most important thing is we've got to get out of this league, but we're not going to shout from the rooftops saying, yeah, we're going to get out. We know it's a massive challenge to get out of this league, and people might think with all the players we've got we should do it. Football's not like that, and this year, looking at the players that have come into our level at other clubs, I think it's going to be a harder league than last year.
Last question, pre-season starts next week. Tickets are now on sale. We now have an online service so fans can get that, and they can beat the queues, or they can come in and feel a bit more directed with the club. But with the pre-season fixtures that we have, what are you looking for from this team? Are you looking to just to get the tweaks in early, put your point across, or is it something that you're just looking for fitness? What is the main aim out of the fixtures that we have?
I don't know where this is not the results, don't get me wrong. The winning is a good habit, but it is about getting the system right and getting the boys minutes. I mean, we've got a game next Saturday, so we've got literally 3 training sessions, so I'm not expecting, and we've got a very good side coming here as well in Sittingbourne, so I'm not expecting us to have our own way, and this is what I'm saying earlier in the conversation, so we're not having our own way. Let's see how we are. That's as important as obviously when you're on top, but from the fans' point of view, we just want the town to come down. Like it was the plus last year, with the gates were growing and growing and growing. The one thing with the boys now is that they'll be in the clubhouse after the game to mix with the fans, because like I said, it's important we all stick together, and I thought we had that last year. The way we finished it, it was strong on and off the pitch. So for me, it's vital we keep that clog going. But it's, pre-season's pre-season. You're gonna, if we're rubbish, we're rubbish. If we're good, we're good. We're not going to get carried away a bit, but I think I'd like to think, even though it's only 3 sessions, we're being organised. We look organised, but we know there's still going to be a lot of work to do. But against, we've got 5 weeks, whatever it is, until the season starts, or 4 weeks. So there's plenty of time, and the most important thing is to be ready on the 27th.
Thank you, Alf. See you soon.
Cheers, Brownie.